morning. It's another beautiful day out here. Guys, we have a lot to catch you up on. A lot of stuff has gone on behind the scenes over the last little while, and it's particularly going on with me. So I got to catch you guys up on everything that's been going on. I will do that here in a little bit. I have to go run some errands right now. Brittany is actually with Michelle helping out, you know, with the little baby. Her and Michelle are doing great, by the way. Cute little Naomi. She is just adorable. Anyways, once I get back, I'll kind of fill you guys in with everything.
I can't wait to get home.
One of my favorite packages. So I ran out of deodorant a little while ago.
This is the perfect package for
I know, and especially after the gym because you can't tell the difference when I use other deodorant.
It is true.
Totally tell the difference. So I have been using Lumi for probably like the last 6 months at least, maybe even longer.
Yeah, maybe a year.
And I really will never go back to another deodorant. So if you guys have never heard of Lumi before, Lumi was actually invented by an OBGYN. Her name is Shannon Klingman. But the cool part about Lumi is it's clinically proven to block body odor all day and continues controlling BO for up to 72 hours. So literally when I put it on my deodorant, you guys, I'm telling you, you can't smell anything.
It's true.
Like, it just stays until...
She could not shower for months. Okay, that's not true.
I usually do the toasted coconut. I absolutely love that one. This one is vanilla bliss.
I want to smell this one.
Yeah, smell it. It smells really good. You can get, this is the spray, which literally, let me just show you. It's so cool how it just like, how it just sprays on, goes on clear.
You can see her.
Where my watch goes.
Yes.
They also have an invisible cream, which is great. It goes on like a lotion. Let me show you up on my arm here. So you just rub it in, but you see how it goes on clear. It doesn't stain like your clothes. I hate that. Also, if you're prone to like sensitive skin, all their products are paraben free. They have a lot of great aluminum free options as well. So anyways, highly recommend them. Check them out. Never tried Lumi before. They have an awesome deal going on right now with the starter pack. You get the full size deodorant spray. You get the invisible cream and a full-size deodorant stick, and then you get to pick 2 free gifts. Like, I love these little wipes right here. I keep these in the car all the time if you ever just need to freshen up. And then they also have body wash, plus free US shipping. And just for our followers, Lumi is offering an additional $5 off when you click the link in the description below and enter code Jared and Britt at checkout. So that's a deal that's over 40% off. So I'm gonna go get showered up, and we have some really fun plans later today. All right, well, I think it's time to bring you guys up to speed on what's been going on with our sweet Jared.
Yeah. So this has been happening behind the scenes for the last little while, last 3 or 4 weeks, I guess you could say. Actually, no, at this point, 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
It's been a little while, and I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to make it a big deal. And basically, here's kind of like what happened in a nutshell. I was working out, you know, as I do with my friends, and I went a little bit too hard, I think, and something just like in my leg, like just started to hurt, and I looked down, and you can't see anything now, but there is a bruise here, like a big, like a lump.
It's kind of raised right there.
Yeah, like a raised bump that's very sensitive to the touch, and it hurts, and when I stand and put pressure on it, it hurts. But when it initially happened, there was a big bruise right here. I thought like someone like kicked me or something, but initially I thought it was like maybe like a blood vessel that popped, or like maybe I like tore a muscle. I just didn't really know if it was the case.
Because you were doing the leg.
Yeah, I was doing the leg extensions.
And then
right
when
after
it first
that, I did
happened.
the lying leg press. And so that's when I kind of like noticed it. I was like, okay, I better like hold off because it was hurting, and there was like a raised bump, and there was a very significant bruise. And I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna take it easy the next couple days. And so that's what I ended up doing. Anyways, I ended up starting feeling better, and like the bruise had gone away completely. It's actually totally gone even today, but obviously I'm still icing it, I'm still hurting. So there's more, I'll get to that. So I started feeling better, and then I noticed that the lump had gone from like a $half size like down to like a quarter, and so it had dropped significantly in like swelling. Anyways, and so I had started feeling better, and I was like, you know, my friends were doing like the rowing exercise, and we were kind of like all gathered together, you know. Like,
I actually videoed you guys that day.
yeah,
when you
July
were.
3rd.
It was
the same day that Naomi was born.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and I was feeling fine, and I never had like a really strong feeling like don't do the rowing exercise. But I was thinking, you know what? Now I need to like, you know, jump back into like exercising and doing it with the legs, and this is a great like, you know, chill workout, I guess you could say. But I didn't realize how much pressure goes into your shin muscles.
I know. I was kind of thinking it was more just like arms for the most
like
part.
Your back, and your
yeah.
arms, and maybe like, you know, here and there. But I had no idea it was like this much, and so the next day I was dying. Like both of my shins were just like on fire, and I definitely made this one a heck of a lot worse.
You guys, he couldn't walk the next day.
Yeah,
this is when I was, Michelle was still in the hospital. I was watching the girls, so he was just in bed like for almost 2 days.
So I was basically, you know, just bedridden, I guess you could say, just relaxing. So then, fast forward a week later, and I'm actually noticing the lump is going back down again, about a quarter size. And I start feeling well enough to like, I can like walk around a little bit. So I was like, I'll just ease back into it this time. I did like a little like walk about like 1.2 miles, pretty quick and easy, simple. And the next morning I felt pretty darn good. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try a half mile this time. And just try to do like a little bit, like break up the mile, you know. And anyways, about a half mile in, I started feeling a little sore. I was like, okay, I better ease off, better go back. And later on that day, I was invited to go boating with some friends, and I thought that would be kind of fun to go out and, you know, go boating. Of course, knowing me, I want to take the water scooters, I want to have fun, I want to do all the same stuff, and those water scooters are not, you know, light. So I pile all this stuff on, and then again, a thought came to my head, take the wagon, roll it down, and I didn't. Regretting it again because I lifted all that stuff and I carried it about like 100 to 200 yards. And when I realized it's just too heavy, it's like putting too much pressure on my leg, and I had my friends take it the rest of the way. And then immediately after, my legs started hurting again. So we're gonna just fast forward to Monday. Monday comes around and I am hurting, I am worried, I am just like my leg is like swollen, and I shouldn't say swollen, it's like very swollen like right here. And it's like I'm having these like nerve-like zap sensations, almost like a paper cut, but like someone's doing it with like a blade, just like, and it's like right here where like my lump is. I get it down like by my foot, sometimes like around like my ankle area. And I went to an urgent care person, like a minute clinic, and they basically told me that like, oh, you just need to do like some like heat therapy and do something called like biofreeze. So I get all this stuff. It makes it way worse to the point that like I'm getting these nerve-like sensations all the time, and I'm super sensitive to just hypersensitivity with everything. Like the bed sheet taps me, the wind blows my leg hairs. It just like feels, it just hurts like so bad. So I was like, okay, clearly this is wrong. So I went back to another urgent care that does imaging because I was really worried that it could be like a popped blood vessel with a hematoma. And those are like obviously very risky because they can lead to like a DVT. And that could even be more worse because you can have like a blood clot.
Can you guys tell that Jared's researched all of this a lot?
Like crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'll end up going to the urgent care, and I can kind of show you a little bit of that right now. Back at urgent care right now because of my leg. It's been giving me a lot of issues. There's a lump on my shin that just doesn't seem to go away. You can kind of see it right there actually. See how it just braces right there? Anyways, it's just supposed to be obviously straight down, and it just is getting bigger. It's really painful. So it's like super hypersensitive. Like the slightest little prick will make it feel like my leg's being shot or cut into or stabbed. It's the worst. I'm really here at this urgent care because they have an imaging center here as well, And so I'm hoping like crazy that they can take an image of it via ultrasound or whatever, and just be able to figure out like what's going on, because clearly this lump shouldn't be lasting this long and it hurts.
I have you turn it this way to start because the veins go down the middle, okay? Here, put this leg straight.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so just got checked out, did the imaging, and came back that there's no blood clot, so that's good. Also came back that there's no fluid, which is not what I wanted to hear, but I was kind of hoping there was fluid in the, like it was like hematoma related, because then they could drain it. So they said that I could go see a orthopedic, like sports medicine. And then after that, I may need to see someone that's like nerve related. Yeah, so they didn't really have any answers as far as to why it feels the way it does. But on the plus side, there's no blood clot, so that's a huge win. I was really hoping it was something they could drain and fix today. I'm just like touching my leg constantly, you know, and it's like a very obvious bump. And it's like mega sensitive, and it's just, it goes away and it comes back, it goes away, it comes back, and so I just don't know what to do. It's like, do I walk on it? Do I not walk on it? I just don't know what to do. It's so frustrating. Anyways, if any of you guys out there have any like experience with this, or any doctors or anyone that's a PA or nurse, surgeons, whatever, you've seen anything like this, that would be greatly appreciated. Put your opinions and share them with me. So yeah, basically I am very grateful that it wasn't a blood clot. All that came back negative, but at the same time, like, it didn't really take away like my fear of what's going on with me, because I wanted to figure out what was going on with me. So then luckily I actually already had an appointment scheduled with my primary care doctor, and he kind of comforted me a little bit more, but also recommended that I go see a physical therapist and an orthopedic as well. So I actually went to the physical therapist yesterday. I'll show you that right now. You ready? Mm-hmm. Push down. Any pain with that? No, okay. Not yet. Gas pedal. My foot feels asleep. Okay. Go down with the gas pedal. Uh-huh. Press, and then only pull up. Okay. Okay, bring it in. And out. Good. Alright guys, I just finished up with the PT, and he was actually surprisingly like very, very nice. I was actually kind of just blown away. I'd say surprisingly, only because, you know, ever since moving here to Florida, I feel like the healthcare and the healthcare service is not the best. But this guy that I went to, he was incredibly kind, super nice, super knowledgeable. Highly recommend him. His name was Daryl Harden, and it's here at USA Sports Medicine. Anyways, I'm in the Fort Lauderdale location, but he gave me a lot of insight, definitely made me feel a little bit more comfortable about my situation. He said that if it is a like micro tear of sorts, which he's kind of like maybe leaning towards that, he said that those take a little while to heal. In fact, at like, you know, the 4 to 5 week mark, which I'm at right now, he said that that's very, very common to feel the way you do. And he said that your leg was essentially like healing, and then you kind of did a little bit too much too soon. And that's kind of like what did happen. Well, I mean, not kind of, I mean, that is what happened. So I basically have healed, bruised the bruise, healed a little bit, bruised the bruise again. He did recommend that I go see an orthopedic. And he said that, like, based on whatever they say, if you do need, like, you know, physical therapy, they're always going to be here for that. But he said the orthopedic can definitely give you more insight as whether or not you might have maybe had like a minor like fracture in that bone area. They could do like an x-ray or something like that. But yeah, that was basically the gist of it. And yeah, I feel definitely a lot better about everything, you know, given that appointment. I also showed him some of the stuff I've been using. I've been telling him I was icing it every single day, you know, because it helps with like the nerve sensations. It helps it like hurt less. I've been applying this thing right here. It hasn't really done much, but it's kind of like a topical ibuprofen, if that makes sense. But I've been using this. Honestly, I haven't really felt anything from that, so I probably wouldn't recommend it to anyone. This right here, he said to start using, and it's just like for like the muscle, and so I'm gonna start giving that a shot. But he was also able to do some things that I really appreciated. Like he did like these walking exercises with me, and then like had some like, you know, stretching exercises and like, you know, touch sensitivity exercises on like both of my legs, where you kind of touch them both at the same time, and like had me close my eyes and basically tell him like if it feels the same or different. Had me do some like resistant, you know, with my foot, and all sorts of like ankles, up, down, to the side, inwards. But the thing that I appreciated most of all was that this was actually out of network for me with our insurance. And when I called ahead previously, I guess they had told me that it was in network, and so I was kind of taken off guard when he said it was out of network. It was going to cost me $150 for that appointment, but he said, don't worry about it. You thought it was in network. You know, if you guys need us after your orthopedic appointment, come on back. We're always going to be here. And I thought that was incredible customer service. So now that brings us to today. I essentially am gonna have to go to the orthopedic on Monday, and we're kind of gonna just see what's going on there. But as of right now, it's nice to know that things are maybe progressing. I'm not really sure. The guy at the PT, he was telling me that essentially like what I did is like, think of it like a building is being like remodeled or kind of like reconstructed, and they have all the scaffolding up. You basically like said, oh no, I'm ready to go right now, and just pulled the scaffolding out, and everything came crashing down. And he's like, you have to like ease into it, like slowly take everything off one by one before you can like, you know, take on life again. So essentially that's what I'm trying to do right now, is just slowly ease back into things. But man, it's taking a long time.
Yeah, it's been kind of a crazy last few weeks. It'll be really interesting to see what the orthopedic says here coming up, because we don't know if it's a little tear in there or not, so that'll be good. So we kind of can get a plan of care. He's been doing certain stretches and just taking it really easy because he doesn't want to make it worse.
I was at the PT and he's like, you doing any hip stretches? And I kind of just showed him, like, yeah, I'm doing like this one, or like we kind of like sit on your heels. But I do it just gently because I notice if I do it too much, it really hurts, like right over the lump. And then I was telling him to do something kind of like a peroneal nerve glide, and he starts laughing so hard. He's like, the boy knows his stuff. And I was like, oh, did I pronounce it wrong? He's like, no, you pronounced it perfectly. He's like, I can just tell you've been doing a lot of research behind this. And I was like, yeah, because it's driving me nuts. Like, I want it to heal. And the one thing that he was telling me is that this is actually very normal for how, like, what I'm going through. And the fact that I've re-aggravated it twice, that obviously only just kind of adds to like the healing and like recovery time.
And the inflammation and stuff.
Yeah, so anyway, so I'm now trying to just like slowly ease into things. And again, I didn't want to make it a big deal. I was just kind of, but some of our videos, I've been holding like, you know, like little Naomi, and wearing like a leg, you know, compression sock type sleeve thing. And anyways, it's just kind of gotten to the point, it's like, maybe I should bring it up. I
know, him and Nate, actually Nate's, I mean, we haven't talked about this, but Nate's been doing a lot of physical therapy actually for his leg for different reasons. You know, brother-in-laws that knee brace, leg brace together, stay together.
Right, that's how you know.
And girl!
And girl.
And Nora. Wow, you two.
We're falling apart over here.
That's right.
30s is downhill from
I
here.
hit 31 and just went off the cliff.
Ever since I turned like 36, it's just like, it's like things went off a cliff.
Lesson learned. He's gonna take things slow.
I know.
He's gonna go to the orthopedic care coming up. It'll be, we'll see what they say on that, but.
Anyways, I know this is kind of like a long-winded thing of everything that's going on with us. But that's also why we kind of, it's a little bit slower to get videos out. It's because I've been behind the scenes. I've been in pain.
I know.
And I haven't been wanting to video at all. But anyways, I figured you guys deserved an explanation of what was going on. And obviously, if any of you guys have any experiences with this whatsoever, please let me know.
Yeah, we would love to
Yeah.
hear if you guys have ever experienced like an injury like this at all, and
Yeah.
what you did. And
I've been icing it.
It's always
probably
helpful.
left ice by now, but yeah, I've been icing it. That helps kind of like reduce inflammation as well as like calm the nerves. But
you
then also
elevate
I've
it.
been elevating it. I honestly sleep like this, and it's been brutal.
He stacks up some pillows to have it
Yeah.
elevated.
Yeah, just for a little bit. When I go to sleep though, it's usually just one pillow. And then I've been putting on this gel called Voller. It's just in that little bag over there, but it's Vollertin or something like that. But it's essentially like a topical, you know, ibuprofen. Anyways, a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Trying all the things,
Yeah.
getting this guy hopefully back to
We got
up and going again.
Anyways, I'm just hoping that I can get better because, you know, I'd love to be back outside doing the things that I love, and you really take for granted, you know, being able to just walk and do the things that you do without even thinking about it, because ever since this has happened, that's all I'm constantly thinking about is like, oh, I'd love to get back in the gym, I'd love to take Finn for a walk, I'd love to go on walks with Britt, you know, just anything. But
I know it's crazy. Sometimes we take for granted our health, and then when something happens, it really makes you think, man, you just appreciate, you know, good health and being able to move and everything. So,
well guys, I think that's gonna do it for us. I'm tired.
we're gonna let this guy rest, but kind of wanted to give you that little update on that going on. We are just still living on our new little niece as well.
Yeah, little Finn, he's got his leg and I got my leg.
Little Finn is almost at his 2-week mark since his teeth. So these two boys are just over here for covering together. Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Oh, he loves it.
All right, you guys. Well, we love you. Thanks for hanging out with us today, and
We'll see you guys.
We'll see you later.
Bye.